Hello, I'm Manish Behl, founder Mindfulness Science Center. Mindfulness Science Center is an organization which is bringing emotional intelligence based mindfulness. Today we have a very esteemed guest, Mr. Hector Garcia. Hector is an author and well-known person and personality who has brought Ikigai to this world. Ikigai is a concept to bring purpose, passion, and a meaning to your life. Hector Garcia has spent his lifetime research on this subject and brought this Japanese science to many of people in the world. Today, Ikigai is #1 seller and people take a lot of benefit from this book. We are fortunate that today Hector Garcia is with us sharing his experience, knowledge and learning about Ikigai. I'm feeling thrilled today to understand how Ikigai can change people's life, bring purpose, passion and happiness. I will not take much of a time and I like to bring Hector Garcia.
Thank you. I'm very honored to be here. Thank you.
Hector, firstly, I'm very honored and I'm feeling fortunate that today you are able to come all the way from Japan to share this wisdom and knowledge with the people in India. How are you feeling?
I'm very excited to be here in India. Finally, it's my first time here. I have lots of interest in this culture, many cultures together that India.
Hector, Ikigai is a concept which has revolutionized how we see happiness. How do you get to know more about Ikigai?
Ikigai is just it's a Japanese word. It's almost impossible to translate. So that's why, I had to develop a whole philosophy on top of Ikigai. The word Ikigai is composed by Japanese characters, and the first ones, they mean life, and the second one means to be worthwhile. That's more or less the broad meaning. So it means that you are having something with life has meaning in it. And you would agree with me that you need both in life. To be just living is kind of not enough. We need our lives to be worthwhile, to have meaning in it, to be happy. It's before happiness. You need an Ikigai. Once you have an Ikigai, then you can build happiness on top of it. So that's
wonderful. It's so amazing, and I'm now more interested to know how can I bring Ikigai in my life. Hector, I think you are from Spain.
Yes.
And how come you landed up in Japan and learning about Ikigai?
I'm from Spain. Well, I would say I like saying that I'm a citizen of this planet Earth. Okay. I've been my life now, half of my life in Spain, half of my life in Japan, and traveling all around the world. I like thinking that I'm a planet Earth. That's my philosophy of life. But yes, I like, as a human being, learning from all cultures. And yeah, to not be mistaken, I'm a little bit of a mix of Spanish with Japanese now. Like when I go to Spain, they say I'm weird. They feel like I become Japanized. And when I go back to Japan, and I've been a while in Spain, like 15 days traveling, they say I'm weird. So that's good. I guess I'm a mix. And I went to Japan because there was something that attracted me. I still don't know why, but I went there. I think it was the mystery. It's like a mysterious country, and I went there not only to learn about Ikigai and many other. I went there without knowing what Ikigai was, and I was searching for answers, to learn about their culture, learn many things about their culture, and then one day I discovered the Ikigai word, and I wanted to unravel, find what it's really about.
I'm really amazed by your journey in life. How from Spain you came to Japan and stumbled upon the concept of Ikigai. I heard that Okinawians, a small island in Japan, who are mastering this concept of Ikigai and known to be the longest living and happiest people.
Yes.
Could you like to explain a little bit more about that concept?
In Okinawa, in a little village in the north of Okinawa, they live the longest in the world. And that was also a mystery to me. I'm always attracted to like mysteries. And there was research and books written about that. It's called the blue zones. And that's why it caught my attention. And I wanted to go there. And I always wanted to go there. But it was when I came up with the word of Ikigai that I really connect, like, okay, I want to go there to see if these people really have an Ikigai, and that's what makes them have a long life. And there is now lots of research, not only in Japan, but all over the world, that they say that one thing that we observe in Ogimi, in this place, is that people are very active until they are in their 90s or even in their hundreds. They don't retire. Like, in the Western, I don't know in India, but in Western countries, we have this dream of like, we want to retire, stop working, and then you're 60 and you want to stop. You want to retire and do nothing. Maybe go and have margaritas and relax and do nothing. And there is lots of research now that if you stop working when you retire, the chances of you dying go up very high, or having a very terminal illness, or having a terrible, like, your health will collapse because you have nothing. It's because if you stop having something to do, if you start feeling like you are useless, then there is your body, your physiology starts noticing it. And then there is the chances of you being ill goes up. So in Ogimi, people don't retire. Well, they stop working like normal work, but they find something else to do. Everyone has something to do. They keep being active. That's the word. And that's the main thing that connects, like, the word Ikigai, because it's like, if you keep having meaning in life, you will have a long life. If at some point you start not having meaning in life, your whole physiology will start noticing, and then you might die earlier. So the secret of having a long and happy and healthy life is having a very, very strong Ikigai inside you forever, as much as you can.
That's fantastic. That purpose plays so important role in human life, that your whole life is dependent upon having a one single purpose or multiple purpose.
Yes,
purpose.
Very, very right. Yes, you can have many. You can shift also depending on your life. Life changes
and purpose changes with the life.
Yes,
so you have like as a young, you have a purpose for education. When you are a little grown up, you have a purpose for your work, and in work you have multiple purposes to work around. Is that right?
Exactly. The key thing that I want, the key thing is to be synchronized with your Ikigai or your purpose. If you get this not synchronized, is when you start feeling maybe depressed, or you don't feel right, like you are stressed in life, you don't know why. It's usually because there is a disconnect. You are maybe doing a job that you've been 2-3 years and you don't like it, and your heart knows it, but you keep doing it because you are used to it. So that's the key, is to know where those transitions and make them I know it's very difficult. I struggle myself doing those like transitions in life. I think that's one of the key things, to keep being connected, and that's why retiring and stopping doing anything is like one of the hardest things for everyone. Like, as long as you have things to do, like this synchronization is not that bad. But yes, so that's the key point. You can start changing, you can have many Ikigais, but when you are not connected with it, I think that's the bad thing.
So when you say that Ikigai means being in balance within yourself and bring that centering of yourself, and finding that center is actually brings you happiness and joy?
Yes, like, I think happiness also, I want to ask you, what's your definition of happiness? I think it is kind of the absence of unhappiness. That's what I think. And
Yes.
and I think Ikigai can guide you. Like I see your Ikigai is like a compass that is guiding you. And if your compass is telling you to go this, and you're doing this, then you will start feeling unhappiness. So
Wonderful. I think you gave a very good
that's how
example
I
of
say it.
compass.
Yes, it's like, so that's I think like happiness is the absence of unhappiness.
In Indian philosophy, in Vedantic philosophy, happiness is defined in three ways. One, we talk about material happiness. We call it bhautik, which means the things, bhautik means physical. Everything comes from your physical happiness. You're having a car, you're having a house.
Okay.
Called physical happiness.
Okay. Things,
So
objects, like
objects.
you want.
That's called bhautik. So bhautik means physical. Second comes from mental. Okay. So the mental happiness is that comes from emotion. You bring emotional happiness. You bring happiness from relationship. You find a girlfriend. You find a boyfriend. You find appreciation. So second form is the form which brings you more emotional. It's called mansik. Okay. So mansik is anything which gives you pleasure, which has no material attached to it.
So you like eating foods, like good.
Eating food is physical. So anything
that's
physical.
That's physical too. I don't understand the last one.
Okay. So
Pleasure.
if I appreciate about you, what happens?
Okay, that you feel good.
Yes. If say for instance I say Hector Garcia is an amazing person.
So I feel good too.
You feel good. So
And
there's there is no physical element involved in this. So that's called mansik. So it's it's a mentalism. Okay. And then third form is adhyatmic, spiritual.
Spiritual. Okay.
So spiritual happiness is when you do not appreciating, so not coming to me, but I'm giving to others. So if you give charity,
okay,
you feel some happiness.
Yes.
How many times when you give something you feel happy?
Yes, that's a weird. Yes, it is.
It's different. So that's called adhyatmic. When you read something interesting, when you listen something interesting, when you share something interesting, when you share larger purpose in life, then you're doing something spiritual where your spirit is getting happier.
So an artist too. That's also
Yes, that's
you do art and that's spiritual.
That could be one form of spirituality. Dance could be one form of spirituality. Okay. So that gives you happiness there. And this is where you're doing a larger good for people. You're doing greater good for things. It's not directly your own consumption. Say for instance that it's different from mansik. Mansik means that you become a position. You become a large CEO of a corporation. So you get some happiness. It's not apart from money. You get something more than that.
Yes.
Or your name get published in a newspaper. You get happier. So it's more than material. You're getting some satisfaction. So that's mansik. So these are the three forms of, and it is connected again with more deeper thing for process, which is called sattvic. Sattvic means something which is very pure. It is connected with adhyatmic, which is spiritual. And then rajasic is something with administration, which comes with mansik. And tamasic comes with an object.
Okay, now I'm getting confused.
Yes. So I'm not going to go there because that's now a complex subject. But any three concepts, if you understand.
Yes.
The first three concepts. So tell me how Okinawans in Japan define their happiness.
Okay, that's a very difficult question. I think I have to go back there to ask them. But I think what I saw, I think they are very connected. They have, so now you've defined the three. They are very, they don't have many things in that place. In fact, it's one of the poorest places in Japan. Japan is a very wealthy country, and that's one of the, Okinawa is the province with less, how to say, GDP and less rent per capita. So, but they seem to be the happiest. So I guess from the three, like the material things, they don't care that much, but they are very, very good at I think the second one.
Mental.
Because they live all the population in Ogimi, where we went to I went there, I wrote Ikigai with my co-author, whose name is Francesc. He's a novelist in Spain. So we went there to Ogimi and we interviewed all of them. And we realized that they all the people living there, they all belong to a smaller group that they call Moais.
Moais.
So these Moais, it's a concept where everyone belongs to one of those. And they meet every week or every 2 weeks, and they talk about their lives, their problems, like they have a tea together, or they celebrate birthday, or if they sing karaoke or they dance, they do things together all the time. So I feel that gives them lots of happiness, being connected, and that's one of the answers that, like when we ask what makes you the happiest, or like what makes you happy, is like to meet with everyone all the time. And I also feel like, I don't know about in Japan now, in cities people are becoming very lonely. Maybe it's happening also in big cities in India. If you belong to a community, you will not feel lonely. So that's one of the sources that I think in Ogimi, in Okinawa, gives them lots of happiness, is to be in those communities. And also they support each other. If a typhoon comes and destroys one house, the people from your moai will help you. So you feel safe. It's like no matter what happens, you will be okay because you are in this moai. So I think that's also very important for happiness, to be safe, to feel safe, because if you don't feel safe, you will be stressed.
Yes. I understand, and definitely community plays a very, very important role. Happiness is a transient factor. When I say transient, it's never stationary.
Yes, you don't have to. If you try to catch it, it will go. So that's also like meditation.
Yes.
Like, okay, it's like you don't have to try to catch it.
Yes. So Ikigai, when you talk about having a purpose, and definitely achieving purpose gives you happiness. What are the other elements of Ikigai which are important other than purpose?
Other than purpose. So like to have, the thing is like to have purpose in your life, it's also divided in, like, you need many elements. If you're just obsessed with, for example, you say my purpose is just to make money, which is necessary, it will become a life unbalanced. You will be maybe like making lots of money, but you have no friends, and you are doing something that you hate, and you are doing something that you don't love, but you have lots of money in the bank, and then you die. Then it's not Ikigai, it's not happiness, it's nothing. You need all the elements. You need very good like relationships, which is like what we call in the Ikigai is like 4 circles. We call that circle like to help the world, which sounds very like a big thing, but it really means if you can help the whole world, that's also important. But if you can help your neighbor or your sister or your like daughter or like someone in your family, a friend, if you can help someone, do that. The more people you can help, the better. But yeah, like help the world. That's one of the circles of Ikigai, or wheels, like you call them. Then another important thing is to do things that you love doing, because then if you wake up in the morning until night, if you do things that you don't like, that's not good. Things that you love doing. Another circle is things that you're good at. Because sometimes this is kind of different, and maybe difficult to differentiate, but sometimes we love doing something and we keep doing it, but we are not really good at that. And sometimes it happens the other way around. Like you're very good at something, but you don't really enjoy it. So you have to find the intersection between both. And that might be difficult. I struggle with that because one of my recommendations is to remember when you were a youngster, like between 10 and 20 years old, what you were very happy doing. For example, maybe you were practicing piano and now you don't practice it anymore and you were very happy while doing that. Maybe you should do it again. It's maybe something that you're good at and that you love at, but you forgot about it. And many things that when you remember about when you were young, it's really what your heart really enjoys. And then we start forgetting about it. And then there is the money circle, which is also very important. But I left it at the end because it's like, if you only focus on money, that's not good. You need all the 4 circles. So if you do something that you're good at, that you love, that makes money for you, and that helps others, that connects everything that's in the middle, that's where your Ikigai or your many Ikigais might be. For example, it can be as simple, it could be as simple as taking care of your family. That can be your Ikigai. It can connect everything. You love your family, you can help them, you have to provide for your family, make money for your family, and then what you're good at, so you have to improve, like, okay, maybe I should educate better my son or so that's connects. It can be something very simple or it can be something big. You can be ambitious, but you have to find your right level.
So now we understand that these are the 4 circles which you're saying, starting from finding your purpose, that something you really love to do, things you are good at, and things can make money to you. So if we put these 4 circles and if we see that where we stand, and there could be multiple Ikigais, as you said. So you raised a very interesting point that it's like your compass. It keeps giving you direction. And when you feel that you are out of that purpose, it gives you direction that, but how do we adhere to that direction that, my purpose is out or my Ikigai is out? What's the indicator?
So this is something I want you to teach me about it. I think this is where mindfulness comes. Like, I think this is where you can connect mindfulness with Ikigai, because if you are living an unmindful life, if you're not thinking about things, you're very stressed going to work every day, you start losing awareness of what you really are and what your Ikigai is. Maybe months go by, years go by, and you're doing things just mind without thinking about them. So with mindfulness, you sit down, and what you're practicing is to have more awareness, right? You can correct me if I'm wrong, but you're trying to be more aware of who you are and how you're connected with the universe. And the more you practice it, the more you will notice things. So the more mindful you are, the more you will notice suddenly, okay, this is not a right decision. I shouldn't do this business deal. Maybe now I'm thinking you are a business owner. I shouldn't do business with this person. If you are very mindful, you will notice immediately. If you are just thinking like next, maybe you start doing business with the wrong people and things will go, you will keep doing it. And then you will start feeling depressed after 2-3 years. And then you will start thinking, okay, what is my Ikigai? I was not mindful. I lost track of life. So I think both things, to find your Ikigai, you need mindfulness before. It's like both.
It's layered upon each other.
It's like both. And if you don't have meaning in life, like just practicing mindfulness is like not. So I think both fit each other.
Yes, as you said that mindfulness is the epicenter of creating awareness, and mindfulness allows you to go deep within your own self, understand your subtle body, and this subtle body communication is very subtle as it sound, and you need awareness to tap into that energy and tap into that communication, because that needle is very subtle.
Yes.
You really have to calm yourself. You have to hold yourself with that pause. It's connect with your own breath, connect with your own energy to read that communication which is coming from within, which is telling you that, listen, you are somewhere out. You go back.
Yes, exactly.
Is that
That's
the feeling?
it. I think that's what connects. Yes, both Ikigai and mindfulness are very connected.
So you think when you practice mindfulness, it brings you more closer to your purpose possibly, that you realize that you're getting out?
Yes, it will clarify your mind and your heart on what your purpose is. So also purpose is like, if you are also confused, like, okay, I don't have a clear sentence. You don't need a clear sentence that my purpose is this. That's okay, because people like get, sometimes they keep asking me, okay, Hector, I don't know what my Ikigai is. So don't worry. It's like when you're practicing mindfulness, it's like you keep thinking about things. That's okay. You just let those thoughts go. It's like Ikigai is the same in that sense. Like, you don't need a sentence for your Ikigai. You can start removing things. One of the strategies is like you start removing things that you're not feeling that give you good energy or to you. And to notice those things, you have to practice mindfulness. You have to be connected to yourself. You will start noticing, okay, maybe I should stop doing this. And then you will start doing what's really important in your life. And then you will notice, okay, I'm spending more time with my friends. I'm spending more time with my family. Okay, maybe that's my Ikigai is connected with this. Or maybe, so that's how, and you don't need a clear sentence. It can be the compass that we're talking about. It can be, mindfulness can be the one that is guiding your compass, and then Ikigai is there in the middle. You can imagine it
both the things
as you want.
Excellent. I think that's a very good relationship between mindfulness, and I believe that knowingly or unknowingly, the Okinawans doing some mindfulness practices, because my recent article, I was doing research on that, and I found out that they remain very healthy also till they die. They remain very healthy, and they continue to work what they're working.
Yes.
And they enjoy what they're working, and they continue till the end of the time, and very healthy, and their cognitive, mental and emotional communication and connection is very, very strong. So they do not get illness, a terminal illness like mental disease or physical disease. So is there a relationship to bring health also with Ikigai?
Yes, so as I explained before, it's like if you keep being active in life, if you have the more meaning you have in life, the more healthy you will be. Like, if you have no meaning, one of the main things, if you have zero meaning in life, then you go into depression, and that's becoming a big problem in I think in all countries. Like, depression is becoming an epidemic, and I think that's why one of the mindfulness is a very powerful tool to fight against depression, and I think Ikigai is also one very powerful tool is much better than pills. Mindfulness and Ikigai could be a recipe to stop depression in the world. And yes, as you explained, in Ogimi, in Okinawa, I didn't see any depressed people. Like, everyone is doing things, everyone is active, and they are very mindful of when they are doing things. I saw all of them very focused on the task at hand. They were very mindful, like, in the meaning of, like, okay, when they are eating, they were really enjoying it. They were always smiling, like the most smiles I've seen in Japan. Because Japan is also, like, they're good, like, there are also places where there's lots of unhappy people, especially in cities. So that's why I always differentiate, like, Okinawa and the other places. So
This is my last question to you. Can you give one single example of Ikigai in daily life you have seen? People are listening, daily life people listening to us, and what would one example you will tell people that how can they bring Ikigai in their life? Give one small example.
To bring Ikigai in their life, what do you mean exactly?
So give one good example where you saw that people in very simple way they bring Ikigai in there, not to a complex that they have to go search for purpose or do something. How simple can we bring this Ikigai to people?
Okay, so I think one of the main things is to notice, to notice what you, to be more aware, even if you don't practice mindfulness. Like, you stop for 5 minutes, for example, at the end of the day, you write you spend like really you can use your phone and write down 3 things that you love today and 3 things that you hated today. And you do that for like 15 days. It's just 3 things and 3 things. And then after 15 days, you will notice things that repeat. You will notice things that you do every day and you hate, or some person you don't like, and then you will notice things that you do every day and that you love. So then you look at that and you think the things that you hate, you might need to remove them from your life, and the things that you love, you should do more. And the things that you love, that might be some of the answers to what your Ikigai is.
Wonderful, thank you. I think that's very simple technique. Everybody can do that. It's not difficult.
And it also helps it's also a mindful practice. It helps you to notice what you are.
Yes, journaling is a very important part of mindfulness, and when I teach mindfulness to people, journaling is a very important part of my training. And in fact, I'm very happy that in Ikigai also similar practices and these 2 cultures brings well-being and wellness to people. And people, I think from this learning of today's interview with you, people will have a lot of learning to find purpose, find what brings the happiness, eliminate things which doesn't make them happy, bring them things which make them happy. And happiness is not the only source of everything. There are families, their purpose.
Happiness is something that comes, as you said, like it's an ethereal, it's something that comes.
Yes.
And then you don't have to catch it.
You have
to enjoy it like while.
I remember a very beautiful quote that you don't have to run after butterflies. Mend your garden and butterflies will come.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
So today, thank you very much, Hector, for sharing your wonderful insight and knowledge with us.
Thank you.
And I hope people would enjoy it. Any last word would you like to share about the Mindfulness Summit and the work we are doing?
I'm very, very honored to be here, and I'm very, very impressed by everything like you've put together. It's pretty amazing. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.